Would anybody like to give us a refresher on where we were at the end of last session?
Well, we went and secured the ships for the people to escape, and got into a minor verbal conflict with one of the captains, thanks to me. Bought a bag of fish. Said our farewells to, her name's Declan, right?
Becklin. Our last
Declan.
name, bro.
Yeah. We secured a ship for ourselves and parked it close to where we're going to be escaping. And then we all prepped and set up barricades and traps. Am I missing anything?
Cudgel let us know about her plan. She has 200 plus loyal folks to prevent, hopefully, or slow the invasion of the incoming dragon army. Some trees and rocks were set up for obstacles. A scout of the Ironclad Regiment approached the gate on horseback, calling out, "They're coming, evacuate the..." And they were cut short as a hooded figure jumped from the side of the road. They fought briefly. The scout's throat was slit by the hooded figure. As those of us not setting up the obstacles began ringing the alarm bells in the town.
Okay. So, as Bedvere, you're at the top. As you're looking down, Bjorn, you could probably see it as well, since you're both have an unobstructed view of the pathway down here. You guys can both see this hooded, clawed creature beginning to quickly climb up the side here. Unlike most people who try to climb up a cliff, it takes them some time. This creature climbs up as if he was walking across flat land. He turns around and he scans the area. And he looks at Bedvere, looking over the parapets, and Bjorn down there near his wagons of rocks and pitch and whatnot. He smiles. And he turns and begins walking away into the bush.
Can I hit him from here with a light crossbow, do you think?
So, let me see. 30 feet is that, so let me just draw a... What's your range on a light crossbow?
I don't know, let me Google. Or
Maybe put him back on the cliff. He took the shot while he was climbing up the cliff.
It was, your range should be in your actual attack.
80, range 320, long range, I think, for max range.
Okay, so let me just do that. So since I assume you would not be would not just be carrying around your crossbow loaded, I'll say it takes you a couple seconds. So he crests the top, and let's see if that is 30. Let me just change that. He is just going to be barely out of range of 80. So you will have disadvantage.
I gotta restart roll 20 because my character sheet's frozen.
Alright. Dude, Bedvere, you may take your shot at disadvantage.
Got it.
Damn. Give me your damage. As he turns and looks at you and starts to smile at you, It takes him a second to realize that a bolt is flying his way. Do you have a precise strike left?
I don't think I do. No, I don't.
All right, so you just got to uncheck that for your next attack. So
Oh shit! Thanks.
that
My
would,
bad.
that was the biggest amount of that first part of the damage. So 8 and 2 from your fighting style is 10.
When I see him shooting at him, am I close enough to cast Toll of the Dead?
What's the range on it?
60 feet.
No, you're
Am I
you're
able to
almost 90
run
feet
forward
away.
to the edge? Would I have time when the arrow hits him and he's
You
kinda
still wouldn't be close enough. You'd
suppressed?
still be about 15 feet out of range.
fair enough?
It the reptilian creature, as it takes the hit, you see its shoulder just kind of jerk to the one side. It looks up at you, Bedveer, and even from your distance, it is obvious it is snarling as it snaps the bolt off, turns around and runs into the bush.
Before he turns around, I'll use my bonus action to prefer a single-fingered salute.
Yeah, he snarls and heads back into the bush.
While this is happening, do I see anything coming up the road from away from the town?
Not yet, as the road does curve. About 100 feet off the map, it starts to curve slightly more towards the northeast-ish. But you can see probably a good from where you are, 60. You can probably see almost 170 feet up the path before the curve. And there is nothing coming as of yet. But you guys are aware that the interloping army is on its way. You guys have set your traps and whatnot. What do you guys want to do?
Did you say that you guys had already rung the bell?
Yes, they did. Last session.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna move up to my first wagon and just prepare myself.
Sorry, I
Standing
had
by to
myself
stand
muted. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so that's what Bjorn's doing. Bedveer, what are you doing?
Standing by, reloading my crossbow, and getting ready for the fight to come.
Okay. Now, remind me, what is it you guys pulled up there to,
Flaming vials, or vials of oil to toss down.
right, fish oil. And do you remember how many you had up there?
We had 45 up there, and 45 more were disseminated down to the folks on the ground that would also be chucking.
So, the one thing I am going to say is to keep in mind that this thing is only going to fire one at a time. So it's up to you if you want to start launching them into the area just to, you know, have it
Saturate.
ready.
Yep.
Yeah, saturate the area.
So where is the fish oil and how long would it take me to go and grab a couple?
He's got them on top of the tower.
So if I go up to grab some, how long would that take?
30 feet. I'm going to say that would probably take you a good 2 minutes.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
All right, 2 minutes there, 2 minutes back. Gondar, what are you doing?
How many fish oil did I get?
I'm going to say you can probably carry 10. Gondar, are you there? Yeah, I think he's having mic issues, maybe.
In our item list, is the number on the left or the right how many we have?
Sorry, what?
In the item list of the items I have, is the number on the left or the right how many I have?
Left. The right side is your weight. Which, I mean, I'm assuming 90% of the shit you're carrying is in your bag of holding anyways. So the weight's not really going to matter. All right, well, while Gondar finishes that, fixing his mic issues, Padraig, the bell has been well rung. What would you like to do, sir, in the few minutes you have?
How long has elapsed since I rang the bell I'm standing next to?
You've probably been ringing it for like, I don't know, a minute.
Did I hear any of the other bells in town? Like, not the one by the gate or the keep, but like the other ones that I don't know anyone is near. Did I hear any of those ring out also?
No, but you are also aware that the town, as you guys passed through it earlier, it is pretty much empty. Everybody's on the wharf.
Having heard the bells before, am I confident that the one I rang or the one by the gate can reach there?
Yeah, having heard them before, you would have a good feeling that any single bell is loud enough to be heard throughout the town. The reason they've got so many spread all over is that wherever the trouble is, the nearest one is the one you ring, and that's where all the militiamen run to help with the trouble.
Okay, then I'm going to move towards the river gate to rejoin, what's that, Bedvere and Gondar?
That would be Braun and Gondar. Bedvere's on top of the tower.
Okay. Braun and Gondar?
Braun has stopped chopping down more trees as he realizes there's not much time. Alright, let me see. How many spell slots does he have left? Let me take a look here.
How do I whisper in the chat? Or not whisper, but how do I do an action in the chat?
/EM space whatever you're doing.
/E what?
EM.
Thank you.
Alright. Oh, wow. He is not looking good on spells. God damn it, Braun. Give me one moment. Hey, Gondar, you got your stuff fixed yet? What's he got ready? So Bedvere, are you starting to saturate the area for the little time you guys got?
Is anything in sight, or do I have any idea how much time I'm looking at before they get here?
At this point, you're not really sure, but given the fact there was somebody coming to tell you guys and that person got attacked by one of them, it's probably not long.
Let's saturate with 10 to start. That'll leave us 25 to play with.
All right. You can. God damn it. You can use the paintbrush on the left side there, the toolbar. You want to use draw me a rectangle in the area you are trying to saturate.
And we can name another 5 at the cross trees below, right by where the body lays.
So you want to, okay, so you want another one on top of the, okay, I got you. If you mouse over the paintbrush, there's actually a rectangle choice. It makes it a little easier.
Cool.
And Bjorn, I'm guessing those red circles, are those your fish oil that you grabbed?
Yes. How do I erase one? I accidentally added one over here when I was trying to.
You just go back to select on the toolbar, and then you can just draw a circle around it, and then hit the delete button.
Perfect. Yeah. So I dumped 2 of my oils into the carts and set a candle up on fire so that it's not igniting until I push it, and then I made the other 8 into Molotovs.
So a candle out in the open?
Well, it's sitting in the cart.
Okay.
The cart has sides, right?
I got
So,
you.
so
Okay.
I've made like a windbreaker with the brush that's in there, so it's sitting in the middle, so that when I move the cart, it'll fall over and ignite.
Okay. I like it.
And while we're waiting, the cart that didn't have brush, I'm piling brush into it.
All right. Braun is actually going to try and get himself a place on top of the wall, so that when you guys, when it's time, he might be able. Let's see, what spells does he have ready? What's this? That is, ooh, that's only a 20-foot range. That won't work. That one is only a 15-foot cone, so that's not going to work. So I guess he's not going to do that. I thought he would have more fire spells with a little more range so that he could light up what Bedvere's throwing down when it's time, but I guess not. Just waiting for Gondar to get back, see what he's doing.
Can I do something?
Yeah, what's up?
So the wharf that's like south of the Brass Crab, that's where the evacuation is going to be happening from.
Yep, that whole area, all like between the here, all the way over to here, and then all the way around these docks.
Okay, and then the shitty blue boat I drew with the red X near it, west of West Tide House.
Yep.
That was going to be our boat to go in last, right?
Truth.
Okay, I want to head south to the main wharf.
Okay.
I know it's going to take a while and other stuff will happen, but I want to end up kind of near down there.
Sure. That's probably gonna take you about 5 minutes to get down there.
That's fine.
Yeah, so sure, drag yourself down there.
Is there a hotkey for switching between move and pan with the keyboard?
No, not that I know of. If you right click on the map, and hold it, you can just move it with your right click.
Oh, even when you're in move mode. Oh, cool. Okay, thank you. That saves a lot of clicking.
No worries. Well, I guess Gondar's I don't know if he's coming back or what, but
He's rebooting. I think he had the same issue I did.
all right. Well, let's give him another minute or two before we move on. But some shit's about to get real.
Shit's about to get real for you, bud.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I looked at everybody's resources. Y'all don't got much in the way of resources left. Y'all burnt them hard.
You must not have looked at me then, bud, because I've got 4 spell slots, or sorry, I've got 2 spell slots left. Plus, I haven't used my magic initiate spell. Plus, I've got 2 inspiration points and 2 bardic.
Yeah. I mean, but other than that, I mean, you guys are a little low.
It's like the 300, except there's 4 of us.
Yo, for real. I mean, there's also the 10 militiamen that are by the gate as well.
And the 200 loyal to Cudgel.
They're not here. They're out in the field.
Oh, well, hopefully they're slowing them down.
Hopefully.
Not holding my breath to see any of them again.
Now, if only you guys had been able to save that scout. She had some information. Shame that. Shame.
It's your own fault. You should have fought harder.
All right. Yeah, so we're going to continue on, and hopefully Gondar can get back to us at pretty soon. But after about 5 minutes, Bjorn, what is your passive perception? Actually, you know what? You don't even need to roll or anything like that, because you're the furthest one, or the most northern one. I'm guessing you're keeping an eye out. Bedvere, you as well. You guys notice that around the curve, a horde of enemies begins coming at you. And at first they're walking. But as they get a glimpse of the gate, they begin to charge.
Fire the first oil at the cross trees if I could, whenever I get a chance.
Sure.
And I'm gonna yell, "They're coming!"
At the shout, the militiamen start getting ready. The gate
As
has already
soon
been
as they-
braced.
Sorry. Once they're getting in range of my first cart, I'm gonna knock the candle over and push it. But only once like 10 guys are past it, so it hits a good chunk of them.
Now, if I remember correctly, you were only going to be... How many carts did you actually get?
2.
Okay, what are the smaller ones again?
Those are rocks, like a bunch of piles of rocks I've piled up
Right.
to push off on people.
Yeah. Okay. So, they're charging and charging. And they get just barely off the map here.
How many does it look like?
You, sir, are down at the wharf.
I'm taking notes.
The flood of enemies has not ceased. And Bjorn and Bedvere, you guys can both give me a... I'm gonna say perception on this to try and take a guess at how many you see.
Oh, I clicked investigation. I clicked perception. What the fuck?
What are you talking about? You did roll perception. You might be scrolling
Oh,
up in your chat, dude.
I'm scrolled up.
Yeah. So, yeah, with an 8, you have no idea. Bedvere, however, about a minute after about good 30 seconds after they have rounded the bend.
Wait, is this perception and detecting creatures?
No, this is counting creatures.
All right.
Bedivere, 30 seconds after they have started to round the bend, they are still rounding the bend. And to your estimation, at this very moment, you're looking at probably a good 250.
I'm going to yell out to both the folks down in town behind the gate and to Bjorn, if they can hear me, that I see hundreds coming this way, 250 to 300 so far.
Gondar, are you back? Are you able to speak? Well, looks like he's back, but his mic isn't lighting up.
Check what your input output is. Mine always keeps switching. Check the input both on Discord and on your computer itself. I always have to fix both of them when I connect my headphones.
He's currently showing as muted and deafened in Discord.
Yeah, that usually happens in a push talk channel when they turn push talk off to voice activity, I think. How about your computer settings, Gondar? Is it using the right mic as your default in not just Discord, but also on Windows? So if you go down to the bottom and you right click on the little speaker icon, you select sounds, and then a window will pop up, and one of the tabs is called playback. Or sorry, 1 second. Sorry, it's called recording. You want to make sure that you have the right microphone selected as your main one. Okay, so if you're on headphones, then it is then you're in the playback. So you want to go to recording in that tab. It's not showing any microphone in the recording section for Windows. All right. Yep. We'll
Can you
continue that
just
way then.
unplug your headphones and just use the microphone on your computer?
No, that won't make a difference. Most people don't have a laptop, my guy.
Or open Discord on your phone, turn on push to talk, and you just have to like hold the button on your phone when you want to talk.
Yeah, push to talk works on Discord mobile app.
Yeah, you just have to hold like the screen when you do it.
All right, so we'll flash back for a moment here. Gondar, you had about 5 minutes between the time that the rioter warned that they were coming and they start to come around the bend. What would you like to do during those 5 minutes? Okay, so there's the gate here, so you could always get on top of the wall and the gate. All right, so just move yourself on top of the one of the parapets there. All right, so they are coming. Bedvere, you have started dropping fish oil flasks in the pathway.
Right, first one's on the cross trees up here.
All right.
As
Braun,
they get closer, I'm gonna pick up one of my Molotovs and hold it ready to light.
all right. And they are getting closer. They are about
Now?
there you go. I heard you.
Whoa. Yeah, it was about time.
Figure out what it was, I guess, eh?
I don't know.
So, if you got 120 feet, then let's see. 120 feet for you is... At the furthest end of this blue line here is 120 feet from you, Gondar. They are still about 100 feet off the map. And they're charging. Bedvere, you're still laying down fish oils and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
All right.
What's the distance from like the top of this cliff edge to the path? Just so I know for like attacks and stuff.
Roughly 30 feet.
All right.
All right, so everybody's in the place they want to be.
I am.
As they start charging down the path, they get just about right here. However, Braun is going to do a perception check. Yeah, he doesn't notice. Shame.
During combat, when we make rolls and the enemies make rolls, can you give us like 5 or 10 seconds before you say whether it lands or not? Because my chat lags showing me the totals.
I'll try to.
Well, because if you've already said if it hits or not, I can't use a reaction, and I don't want to use a reaction before I see the number.
Fair enough. So, let me bring out some shit on the map. So, I'm just going to put one out on the map, but it is going to represent the start of the horde, alright? What are they all? As they come rushing up, we've got... He starts running in. The front of the horde is now closing the distance, and they are rushing. Anyone want to do something as they start moving?
And it's just like a steady stream of them behind him?
Oh yeah, dude, it's a full-on fucking horde. In fact, at this point, Bedvir and Bjorn, you can both give me another perception. Bjorn, you're pretty sure that it looks like the end of them is coming, but there's probably a good 500 coming this way. Down the path.
All right. So as soon as like 5 guys deep, you know what I mean, are like passing me, I'm going to light the Molotov in my hand with the candle in the cart, and then knock over the candle and push off the cart while I throw that Molotov over.
Okay. It tumbles down and the first line gets crunched. And then you throw the Molotov.
Yeah, there was also fire in the cart too. The whole cart was on fire.
And for a moment, it seems like it has paused them. However, take a look at the stat block. Okay. Although you do kill, probably good 10 of them with the rocks, or at least maim them. The rest of the horde keeps pushing on.
I deleted myself.
I wondered where you went.
Stealth.
As soon as they get in range, I start blasting them.
So yeah, man. You start letting out Eldritch Blast after Eldritch Blast after Eldritch Blast.
And I'm going to use the gnome launcher to launch a Molotov down under the cross trees down here.
Another one? Oh, a Molotov. Right, yeah.
Yeah, gotta light it.
It starts to fill. The area becomes very smoky as the fish oil starts lighting across the ground. and they pause for a moment, unsure of what to do. But as the back of the line does not realize what's happening at the front, the back continues to push forward. Several of them start getting pushed into the fire that Bjorn started, and closer to the Molotov, or the fire that has been planted here with the trees. Sorry, I think somebody talked, but it went wonky.
I said, am I able to be moving right now while this is happening?
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, as this is happening, I'm moving down my row of things. You know what I mean? So I'm moving on to my row.
Yeah, sure. As you continue down the line, it takes about a minute or so before you can get all of them.
That's on fire as well.
Purple squares are flaming objects, and red
Purple
is the
squares
glass.
are rocks. And I'm only pushing ones where there's people. I'm not throwing the Molotovs yet. The red circles are the Molotovs.
They get pushed closer and closer. And although by the time they reach the gate, between Bedvere and Than throwing Molotovs and fish oil with the gnome launcher down, Gondar releasing Eldritch Blast after Eldritch Blast, and Bjorn, you throwing your all of your rocks and your Molotovs down there as well.
I'm going to save 3 of my Molotovs, so I'm not going to throw the final 3. You heard me?
Yeah, I'm just moving some of them. There you go. You got 3 left. They get to the gate, and
Hold
as
on
they
a
do,
second. Sorry, man.
oh, you said 1 second. What's up?
I was going to launch a second Molotov down onto the trench of oil here, for what it's worth.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, this whole area is pretty much on fire now, as well as most of a good portion of the path up on the left side of the path. So their area where they can squeeze through is smaller. But as they get to the gate, screams erupt as many of them catch fire. But they begin to pound on the gate quickly. The militiamen are up top, just crossbow bolt after crossbow bolt. But there's still a good, 300 of them left. And it is obvious they are going to get through soon.
As
Gondar,
this is happening, I've grabbed my last 3 Molotovs, and I'm going to make my way towards Bedvere.
okay, you can start heading that way. Gondar, I want you to make me a perception check as you look around, knowing they are about to get through the gate. And you take a look at the area to your east. "12 is good enough. On the far eastern side, you are pretty sure you see a line of cowled figures quickly crawling down the cliffs on this side. It took you a moment to see it because they are so thick coming down this wall. It just looked like shadow. But as you look, you realize the shadows are moving. And you realize it's probably the hooded figures, reptilian creatures.
Where exactly are they?
Way far to the east, coming down these cliffs here. Pretty much, it's they start about here, and they go all the way to about over here.
Okay, I shout to everyone who can hear me. Enemies at the east.
Braun can definitely hear you. As for Bedvere and Bjorn, I would like a perception to see if you can hear him over the. Actually, give me disadvantage on that, please. Just because you got 300 people at the gates. Bedvere, you can't hear him, but Bjorn, as you crest the top of the tower, you can hear Gondar shouting something, and as you strain to listen, you can hear him shouting about enemies in the east.
I'm gonna look at Bedvere and be like, "They're yelling enemies in the east. Can you redirect your catapult? Will it reach that far?"
It will not reach that far, because that's a good like 300-400 feet away.
And there's
it's a pretty
someone
small
else
one.
up here with us, right?
That would be Than, the little gnome that actually made the gnome flinger.
I think we should go. We need to regroup with everyone else. Let them keep shooting or abandon this station.
Can I hear Bjorn yelling at this point?
Bjorn is up right next to you. He's on the roof with you.
Oh,
yeah,
dumbass.
He came up.
Yes, John, he's right beside you. Sorry about that. Yeah, I say we need to fall back. We're about to be flanked. And if they get in behind us, it's game over.
Yeah.
This is my first real battle, so you lead the way. I'm not a tactician. I'm a bear.
I'm also climbing down.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab two Molotov cocktails to take with me and start down the road.
Can I refill my bag with cocktails? Because I only have 3. Can I grab 7 more?
Yeah. So you scramble to grab your 7 and pack them in as Bedvere and Than start making their way down. We're going to flash down to the south to Padraig for the moment. Padraig, pretty much as you get down to the wharf, what do you do?
What do I see? Are they actively evacuating? Are they hanging out at the Brass Crab or by the market?
Let's see. So
My character does not know the numbers yet.
No. That is correct. As you get down there, you notice that panic seems to be washing over the crowd as they rush to get into the boats and start pushing off. You do notice Derek down there helping people get into boats. Same with Mayor Raven.
I saw the interaction with the hooded figure, the first one, right?
The one that when he killed the rider.
Well, yeah, I saw that, and then I rang the bell. Did I see him climb the hill?
No, you the only people who saw that would have been Bedvere and Bjorn, because it was on the other side of the gate, right?
So I just know that the scout that gave us the warning was killed. I don't know what the guy did after that.
Exactly.
Okay, I will pass that information on to the named NPCs, all of them that I can find, if they're not all in one spot, and let them know that the evacuation needs to be completed fast, quick, and in a hurry. If there's one, there's probably more, and I have no idea when the rest of them will get here.
Give me a perception at disadvantage. With a 10? Yeah, I'm going to say you don't know. So, Mayor Raven says, yes, we're getting people into boats as quickly as we can. Darrett is, and He's within earshot of you, so he definitely heard you, but he's still like rushing around trying to get people into boats and all that sort of thing. People start climbing into the boats, and some of the smaller ships start pushing off to get out of the way. For as the bigger boats start to fill as well.
I don't have any other information to pass on. I did have something else that I wanted to do, but it's going to require movement, and I know that's going to take time.
What are you thinking?
I want to go and make sure that our boat is still there.
Okay, so you're gonna start heading back up that way.
Yeah, along the coast, and encourage people along the way. If anybody's not hurrying, try to encourage them to hurry.
Yeah, for sure. As you start running up the west coast there, up towards your boat, I would like. Give me a D10.
Noise.
Unless it's for how many arrows hit me.
No, it's not. However, to your east, over in this area, although you can't see it, you can hear the sounds of clashing metal. You continue on your way, or are you going to go check it out?
I don't want to die in this village. I think I'm heading to make sure our boat is still there.
Okay. You continue on the way. At this point, we'll flash back to the others. So you guys all start heading down. Where are you guys going? Gondar, Braun is going to follow you. So wherever you want to go, Gondar, you're the furthest away from the rest of the group, other than Padraig. So, where are you heading?
Well, I'm heading to the boat.
All right. And Bjorn and Bedfear. And where are you guys heading? Dan's coming with you, the two of you.
I'm following Bedveer.
God help
Okay.
us all. I'm going to head down and start back up this way.
When we get to this corner right here where I am, I'm going to light a Molotov and... Oh, sorry, not that. This one? No, never mind. Where I am right now, I'm going to smash a Molotov and ignite this path on fire where this fork is.
Okay. So Gondar, you can start moving yourself.
I put a square there to show where it's on fire to cover our track.
And Gondar, as you leave the tower and start heading in that direction, I want you to give me another perception. That wall of shadows, or cloaked figures, I should say, that was crawling down the cliff face, is now quickly making its way into town. There's probably about a good 100 of them, and they are here as you exit the tower, and they are sweeping through the village.
Well, I'll try to run as fast as I can. And if I see any people along the way, I'll try to warn them.
If I head into the brush here, do I have line of sight on anybody?
Give me a perception at disadvantage, because there's so much trees and brush there.
right now. I'm trying to make sure I don't have line of sight on anybody in the party.
Oh, you're trying to avoid line of sight of them. While Bjorn would see you run into there because he was following you.
Right, but can you see me right now?
Bjorn, did you follow him as he went into the brush?
Yeah, I've been following him the whole time. I stand on his ass.
Yeah. All right.
Unless he told me not to.
No, I didn't tell you not to. Nope, that's on me. At this point, we're going to lose the town. I'm going to take the hit. I'm going to make the call. I am going to throw a Molotov into the brush here. I'll let the whole place go up to try and deprive the enemy of it.
All right, so give me a small red square, and it's going to get bigger over time. Which I'll make it bigger over time. Bjorn, you watch as Bedvere lights a Molotov cocktail and just smashes it against a tree. The whole area quickly starts to be engulfed in flames. Gondar, I'm not even making you roll for it. As you're running down this path, you notice fire start in the brush here. You can't really see Bedvere or Bjorn, but you can see flames flicking or licking at the trees and the brush.
Well, I don't know the source of it, so I continue running to the boats.
Okay.
When I see him smash that, I'm gonna like take the hint and I'm gonna move down to this path below me and throw Molotovs at these houses right here.
Okay. So you're gonna throw 2?
3, because I'm gonna make sure I hit that rich asshole's house.
Fuck yeah.
Score.
Good choice.
Padraig, the boat is still there.
Do I see the cunt nearby?
No.
I want to get on the boat and check if he's already on the boat.
It is a small boat. Like there's no below deck or anything like that. You can definitely see that nobody's in the boat from outside of the boat.
Okay. Am I close enough to the gang northeast of me to have heard or seen or smelled anything they're doing?
Give me a perception at disadvantage. See if you can see the houses start to catch on fire. And Bjorn, you can move yourself down there, and Bedvere if you're following along with him. Yeah, an 8. No, I'm going to say that at this particular moment, you cannot.
Do I see Bjorn?
You do.
Yeah,
As,
you
as
said
he
to move
moves.
down there. We all came out.
Well, I meant to where you're throwing the Molotovs.
Oh, I'd already done that. Oh my!
Yeah, like it. Would
I only
take you a
had to
second
go
get
like
there.
10 feet from where I was. I was already right here, and I just like crested the corner.
No, a Molotov cocktail, dude. It's got like a range of like 30 feet. Like right now, you're still like a good 40 feet away. You gotta remember, man. The size of your token is just so that you can see your token. Because right now, if like the size of the map versus your size as a token, like you would technically be about 30 feet large right now. So like 5 feet is like, basically the eye of your token there. Of your
Okay, once
character
I've got
token.
all 3 places lit, I'm gonna cut through the trees to get back to everybody.
Okay. And Gondar, you can continue along your way as well. As the brush fire gets larger. Gondar, are you trying to go to the wharf, or are you going to the ship you guys planted for yourself on the west side?
I'm going to the ship.
That's
So you need to go left.
Yeah, that's way over here, my guy. You bypassed it.
Taking the long route.
All right. Bedvir and Bjorn, you guys can start heading there as well. And Pedrag, at this point, the smoke is getting high enough in the sky that you can start to see some of these houses are on fire.
Once all three of us are past this thicket of trees, I'm going to ignite. That area.
Okay.
I used 2 Molotovs, one closer to the path, so it covers that path, and then one in the trees.
Okay. As you guys start to, are you guys getting in the boat?
I'm gonna wait until the entire party's here before I start getting in the boat.
Yeah, as soon as they get there, who gets there first?
You would have been the first one there.
I mean, after me.
Probably would have been Bjorn, Bedvir, and Than.
Okay, I'm gonna let them know that I checked on the southern wharf, and they're evacuating as fast as they can. I came up here to make sure our boat was still here and that the cunt hadn't stolen it and left early. And on my way here, I heard what sounded like metallic clashing sounds towards the middle of the town. I'm assuming the gate has been breached.
Yes, in fact, at this point, you guys start to hear battle cries and hordes of feet coming quickly.
Time to withdraw.
I get my noble ass on the boat.
Bjorn, I believe you have dropped too many fires, my guy.
Nope, I had 10 again, and then I dropped 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The one tiny one there I did by mistake.
Okay.
I have 1 left in my inventory, so I've dropped 9 somehow, but I don't. Oh, because the one up top.
Okay. So you guys all hop in the boat. You guys start to push off. Did you guys push the boat out into the water and you guys hop in?
Are you muted?
No, I'm doing something. You can see ships all over here have most of this dock is empty. Down here. However, as you guys continue downriver, you begin to hear screaming, and not a battle cry, but death.
Who's piloting the boat?
I don't know who's piloting the boat. It's a rowboat, so I guess everybody, really.
I just want to say that as I left the wharf, I saw some of the smaller boats leaving. That I suggest we don't get too close to the wharf, so that anybody still leaving, we don't get in their way or run into them. If we can skirt south around it, that might be best, so there's not a traffic jam or whatever they call that in this era.
I haven't heard these many screams of death since I escaped those evil wizards. It makes me sick.
The mayor should have evacuated earlier.
I thought we were supposed to be going like west.
No, east. See the way the waves move on the map?
We have to take the river east to go with the flow and to get to Kalaman. Or I'm assuming that's where we're heading. It's the next big town in this direction.
Yeah, I believe that was the plan, was to Kalaman.
That's where everybody else is evacuating to. We might be able to help them there. I don't think there's anything else we can do to help them here. Sounds bad.
I think you're right, I'm afraid.
So as you guys continue following the flow, you guys get near the wharf, and although you do see a couple ships moving, wow, this is actually kind of problematic. You guys see that the army is sweeping from both sides of the wharf, the right and the left. They're squeezing them down into the bottom of the wharf. Are you guys still just going on your way, or you want to try to save some people?
Do we have capacity in our boat?
No.
But there's other boats there?
There is, but I mean, there's enough boats, but trying to get them all like loaded, like you're seeing people get trampled as people are rushing for the boats.
How many soldiers do we see down in that area?
Well, at the moment there are probably a good 150. However, the back of the group of villagers, they are trying to hold them back. They are fighting with all their might, and at the moment it kind of seems like a stalemate.
I say we help them.
Yeah. Let's give them
We
a
want
hand.
to dock like halfway of the villagers, you know, not too close to the top, or either that or at the bottom, so that when we retreat we can get into our boat, but we don't want to be past the line.
Good point.
So where do you guys want to land? Give me a pointer.
Are these the line?
Yeah, pretty much like where these guys are is the front of the line. Sorry, actually, this one is back here. My bad.
I say we dock at least down.
Sounds good to me.
If we dock further up, like there, we're closer to it.
If you dock further up there, like this is the front of the line. Like there's still like a shit ton of enemies all up in here joining the fray, right?
Can you draw like a square or something to show us how thick and how far back these guys go? And like, are they filling the whole town, or are they down every path? And from where we are now, can we see people further back in the town? Oh, I see.
Most of the force, from what you can see, is because there's pretty much nobody left in the town, so they just walked through most of the town, right? But as they get to the wharf, that is where the majority of the people are, so they got slowed down in trying to slaughter them. So there is a good, a pretty good amount of people all along this area. Basically, right. Let's change my color. trying to hold them off. The red is basically the villagers' line. And they are, although it's a stalemate, you know they're going to lose before too long. But it's all about how many people you guys can help out first. Or if you want to bolt.
If we come in close to the shore about here, can we launch what few Molotov cocktails we have at the wood buildings here and try and start a fire to cut across?
You can, but you also got to keep in mind that, like, if you
The
guys
dock
get
is
if you guys get close
Yeah.
enough to throw Molotov cocktails, like,
Cross
you know,
for arrows.
you're looking at least 30 people or 30 red dragon army and reptilian creatures that are just gonna unleash on you, right?
Good point.
As a lover and not a fighter, I personally think if we are going to land to help, it has to be below the combat line so that we can still escape afterwards. I feel for these people, but I don't want to die.
I vote Calaman.
Yeah, I hear you as well.
All right, so it sounds like we got 2 for stay to help, 2 for fucking go. I'm gonna roll a d20 for Braun, and we are going to do odds. He wants to stay and help.
Wait, who said dip?
Gondar and Padraig, they said to go to Calaman.
True. Well, I'll go to Calaman with him because, like, I was only going to protect them if that's what you guys wanted to do. I'm not about to die for this. We've done so much for this village.
Okay, so in that case, it doesn't matter what Braun chooses. It is 3 for Calaman. So you guys are just going?
Yeah, my character is terrified by death and bloodshed from all the abuse.
Okay.
Can you drop me off at the dock on the way there?
You can swim.
Not in fucking heavy armor, he can't.
If the answer is no, it's okay. We'll go to Calaman.
I mean, you guys can always swing by this wharf if you want to drop him off.
And never see him again?
Yeah, I'll try and catch another ship out at the end, but
If any of us are staying, all of us are staying. At
Yeah.
least I am. It's either we all go or we all stay.
Yeah, no point
well,
in.
I'll go because I'm not going to drag y'all into something that. The reality is, it's probably borderline suicide. So let's just call it the Calaman.
Okay, so... Well, shit, that skips about all I had prepped for tonight. Alright, let's see. The screams of villagers still evacuating onto boats ring through the smoke of burning buildings. Among the screams rises an unbelievable word. Dragon! And as you guys cross down here, you guys see... give me one moment. I gotta find the thing for it.
Well, now I feel bad.
Well, the reality is there isn't diddly squat we could have done to a dragon short of just turned into crispy marshmallows. I mean, I think it would have been a foregone conclusion.
So, as you guys hear, even as the word dragon rings across the water to your guys' ears, it comes into view, pitching this way and that, its scales clanking like steel plates. A black beast draws near the wharf, flanked by reptilian invaders. Flames crackle from the beast's gaping maw. And as you guys continue on, and you get to here, I would like... I'm gonna say... a nature or an investigation.
Who?
You guys can each choose whichever one you want to roll.
Well, I suck at this, so
Gondar, just give me a roll, either one you want.
Did you roll for Braun?
No, I didn't, but it's fine. Gondar and Bjorn, as you take in this terrifying sight, and you kind of squint to see it a little better. There's not just smoke rising from its mouth. There's smoke rising from many places on this thing. And the scales don't look like regular scales. You notice that although the thing has legs, it is in fact not moving the legs as it moves. It's not turning its head. You can almost hear a screech as its jaw opens. And flames erupt. But not like what you have heard a breath weapon described as. This creature is very strange. It's probably not a real dragon. However, I would like all four of you to roll me a perception.
I get advantage if it's within 100 feet.
It is definitely not within 100 feet. All right, so we've got a 19 and an 18.
I'm going to look at everybody and be like, I don't think that's a normal dragon. It doesn't look organic.
However, as it opens its maw and it breathes out this strange, fiery breath, you see Darrett, and you see Mayor Raven burst into flames.
Garrett the kid?
Yup.
Oh, we fucked up, guys.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in the game later. He's not anymore. I gotta look forward and figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do now.
So
I thought he was supposed to be on the first ship out. his mom
No,
said.
he was helping people get onto the ship. They were gonna be on the last ship along with Bakaris. However, you guys don't see Bakaris. But you definitely saw the two of them go down in flames.
Wrong call.
I would also like 5 as you guys continue on and the screams start to fade behind you, you hear a cheer of reptilian sounding voices mixed with men. And as you guys look back, although you do see a couple more ships have made it out, probably at least a good 70 or 80 are left on the dock, being slaughtered or hopping in the water to try to survive.
People?
Yes.
So not 70 to 80 ships. Okay.
No, 70 to 80 people. So a lot of the ships are being burnt. And those who have tried to jump into the river and to try and swim away. On the docks, you see many of the Dragon Army standing there, seemingly to make a game out of trying to pick off the people in water. Oh, hey! Jesus, that scared the actual fuck out of me.
I swear an oath right here and now that I will dedicate myself to ending this army and any adherence to it.
What's up? You guys continue on. And as you pass the dilapidated and mostly ruined bridge from centuries ago, on the end here, a distant flash of light catches your attention atop the cliffs, atop the ruined bridge. 3 figures on motionless horses sit out in the open. You make out the glint of light. You make out the glint of light on plate armor. But before you can alert, actually, who's got the highest passive perception? Put your passive perceptions in the chat, please.
What's passive perception?
It is underneath your skills in that. It'll say passive perception, and there's a number there. Okay. You know what? Let me take a look at bronze real quick. 14. Okay. Padraig, you notice these 3 figures. But before you can alert your companions, all 3 of them vanish.
Like, did they look real?
Yes, they did. In fact, I would like you to give me a history check. You're not a Knight of Solamnia, right?
Nope, I'm a shitty paladin.
All right, give me a history check. Yeah, not a fucking clue, my guy.
I can still describe what I saw to the guys, right?
Yeah, you can. They definitely won't fucking see it when you describe it, but yeah, you can definitely describe it to them.
I'll do so.
Bedveer, you're the
Sure.
only other one who might have a good idea. I will allow you to give me a history check based on his description. As he tells you about the antiquated armor of the knights, he tells you about this armor that the creature was wearing. It rings a bell for you. It seems to be, by the description, kind of an antique armor of the Knights of Solamnia.
Gentlemen, I think what our companion is describing is the Knight of Solamnia. And I suspect my time with the Knights of Solamnia may be coming to a quick end for my failures.
What? Could I tell the color of the armor?
Yes,
It was black, right?
it was.
I'm going to ask him if black is one of the what is it? Crown, rose, and sword or something?
I'm going to say, Bedveer, you know it's not. In fact, with that information, the black armor, you get a sense of dread brewing in your stomach.
Would I be smart enough to perhaps connect that with the book we found earlier and suggest that this might be one of the creations that the book describes how to create?
I'd say that's a first thought that comes to mind. However, where the sense of dread came from, you have only heard of one small group that wore such armor.
Who might they be?
The spirits of Lord Vogler and his knights. Oh, sorry, no. Lord Soth and his skeletal knights.
And I will share that knowledge with the group. Which I would do in the first person, but I don't know what I know about it, so I defer to you.
I'm gonna say that Lord Soth, the legend of Lord Soth, is something that would definitely be taught amongst all of the Knights of Solamnia. It's basically your guy's fucking boogeyman.
Gotcha. Baba Yaga.
Well, thanks for stopping in, Matsia. Nice
I'll
to
share that with the
see you
party.
guys.
Explain
Appreciate
this,
the raid.
This sounds like these might be adherents or followers of Lord Soth, who is the antithesis of what the Knights of Solamnia stand for. Although at this point I don't know his involvement.
Is he for real? I thought it was Staff of Legend.
Everything has some basis in truth. Or every legend.
Alright, so
dark magic.
You would know that, Bedveer, you would know that this particular Knight of Solamnia became a Death Knight. Basically the second in command of, the main commander of, what's goddess' name?
Takesis.
Yes, thank you. I'm so used to Tiamat, right? From Faerunian stuff. Takesis. They are the ones who started the first major war quite a long time ago that almost covered the world. And you guys the good side barely won.
That was the War of the Lance, right?
Yes.
I will share all of this with the party.
This shit makes me real uneasy. I don't deal well with stuff. I've been living in the woods by myself for years for a reason.
The evil that men do lives on and on, it seems.
You all travel down the river, many a boat ahead of you and only a few behind you. You travel for most of the night. Let's see. I need to find my next handout, because I'm not gonna lie, I expected you guys to get into combat at the docks, so I got nothing else prepped. Give me a moment. I need, you know what? I know it's a little early. We are going to take our 10-minute break now, because I need to figure out what the fuck we're gonna do. So, You need a smoke, go to the bathroom, do your thing. Now is the time, ladies and gentlemen.
Fair enough. One question. Since Darrett's dead, did you ever tell us the name of the armor that we have for him?
It was a Knight of Solamnia's armor. I believe it was a +1. Give me a second. Where's Becklin's request? It might be in a different handout. Give me a second. Yeah, it doesn't really have a name. It is just Darrett's armor. It's I believe it's a set of plate, I think, and it is. If you guys are, you guys didn't open the box, right?
No, we opened it.
Oh, you did? Okay. It is quite obviously a set of plate mail.
All right.
That is for Knights of Solamnia.
What did
All
its
right,
breath
see you
weapon
in
look
town.
like?
Sorry, what was that, Padraig?
The description of its breath weapon. It was like regular fire.
Yeah, it didn't come out like an actual regular breath. It came out like something was just like there was fire and something was almost like an aerosol can put behind a lighter. You know what I mean?
Okay, but it was like it was the color of normal fire.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And with that, we are going to take our 10-minute break, people. So I will see you guys at 9:50. I'm going to run to the bathroom and then try and figure out the fuck we're going to do.
Fair play.
You guys can see it as although it's still dark, the sky in the distance is turning a vibrant pink color. And as you guys wake up, you see slightly downriver. Sorry, in the distance, you see the walled city of Kalaman rising in the distance, spreading across the southern shore of a wide bay. Ships sail to and from the city's walled harbor, their courses lit by a pair of towering beacons. However, on the shore ahead, where the Vingard River meets Kalaman Bay, let me just do. Here we go. So you guys are pretty much like right here, just outside of Kalaman. On the shore ahead where the Vingard River meets Kalaman Bay, dozens of survivors from Vogler have pulled their mismatched boats ashore and began to make camp. Do you guys wish to disembark, or you want to keep going all the way to Kalaman?
I'd almost say we might want to get to the powers that be in Kalaman and relate to them what had happened in Vogler.
The camp on the shore, it's just people that were coming down. Like some of the ships have docked early or found a place to moor early.
Man, these guys are just trying to skip the whole fucking goddamn module, dude. All right, so one vote for continue on and one for stopping with the rest of the people who actually got out alive and you guys didn't abandon.
Do they look injured?
I mean, they just left a war zone. Yeah, man, there's a lot of people who look injured, for sure.
Maybe we should stop and see if they're okay.
when we left, did we give any information to the mayor or anything before that we were going to meet them? Like, did we have time to stop?
No, you guys sailed on by as both her and Darrett were fucking burned alive. So that's how that went.
Excuse me?
Yeah, no. Yeah, y'all fucking like y'all went right on by.
You set it up like we were supposed to like dip because we were gonna die.
No, that's why I said it was at a stalemate and people were trying to like, you know, get off, but then you guys sailed on by, so eventually the hundreds of enemies are gonna get through that line and finish it off. They didn't have any powerful heroes to help them.
Damn. Well, time for election.
Yeah.
Election of what? The
Right.
fucking town is gone.
Any
Well,
more towns?
There goes
Any
my
more
idea
towns
that
to
Aaron
save?
was the Death Knight, so.
So we got one person wants to stop, one that wants to push on. What about the other three of yous?
I vote for stop.
Well,
The Dragon and Gondar? What do you guys think?
Well, we could always look for another village to save.
I don't know what that means.
I was curious about that too.
I say we move on.
So that's what, 2 and 2, I guess? But Drag, you're
Let's
the
go with
tiebreaker, my
Calaman.
guy.
Calaman.
Dude, they're literally skipping entire sections of the module. All right. So I guess I'm skipping that part too. Let me open another handout. Holy shit! I'm fucking
Is this where
dead.
all of the people kind of stopped?
Yeah, that's why I said they all
I'm
pulled
gonna
the boats
just
ashore.
jump out of the boat and swim to the shore.
All right, so you're splitting the party then?
Well, I don't know. I'll see what they do after I jump out and swim to the shore, because I now have healing magic, and I'm not gonna just abandon these dying people.
All right, so Bjorn hops out of the boat, close enough to shore, that you know he can kind of, you know, he's probably up to his chest in water, but he can walk to shore. The rest of you gonna keep going?
No, I'll stick by him.
it appears.
So I follow him.
Yeah, it appears he jumped overboard. I also will kind of help bring the boat in.
All right.
I'll help, but I'll remember this the next time we vote, and I don't like how the vote goes.
I mean, you if you guys can continue on if you want. You don't have to fucking stop.
And are you gonna blame a wild animal for just following their gut instinct?
If you guys want to split the party, you can. Like, I'll figure something out. It's not a big deal. If you guys want to continue going, and Bjorn's the only one who wants to stay.
Well, in my mind, I mean, we just let we passed other people. I know we're further down, but we probably would want to get down to the main city. So, I mean, I'm good to split.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Calaman.
How far is Calaman?
I'm gonna say probably like 5 miles.
Yeah, that's fine. I
Probably
can
like an
walk
hour and a
that.
half walk. So who's all going to Calaman then, and who's staying?
I'm going to Calaman.
I'm also heading to Calaman.
All right, and Gondar, are you staying or are you going?
Well, I had a change of heart since I saw Bjorn jumping overboard, so I follow him.
All right, so 3 of you are going to Calaman. So let me do this.
I'm sorry, guys. I know we voted, but after seeing all those people slaughtered and us being so helpless, I feel I can do just a little bit of good here at the very least.
Meet us down shore. I kind of put my hands around my mouth and I holler at him as he's swimming away.
Oh, and before I jumped, I made sure to grab my bag of raw fish.
I figured you probably put that in your bag of holding, didn't you?
No, because if you put things in there that are food, you said that they would rot because it's flesh. I have it in a bag full of salt, and I've been snacking on it on the way.
Well, I mean, it's not like it rots any quicker than it would be than, if you had it out somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, it'll rot at a regular rate. All right, so the three of you continue on towards Kalaman, and Bjorn and Gondor, you guys hop out and go up to the shore. So in that case, we're going to start with Bjorn and Gondar, since they're obviously at their destination quicker than the rest of you. As you guys come ashore, you look around, and it is quite obvious that the reality of the villagers' situation is beginning to set in. What started with minor troubles has now compounded with the loss of their village, the loss of their friends and loved ones. As you guys look around, you can see plenty of them crying, trying to put up tents and kind of just giving up and like kicking it away, and kind of planting their ass on the ground as they start to cry. You see others who are angrily shouting at each other, and all of these small little arguments and feelings begin to compound into something larger. And as many of these people are shouting at each other, several fights break out across the small encampment of refugees. I would like Bjorn, you can roll me a d4.
Give me a sec. This is going to be difficult.
Okay, you know what? Roll it when you can. Gondar, you can do the first roll.
What roll?
D4, please. Alright, a 4, huh? Let me change my music to something a little, less. There we go. As you guys are taking in the scene, Gondar, you notice two rowdy youths seem to take advantage of the chaos. They seem to be speaking to a man. And as they do, one of them kind of has a hand somewhat hidden from view. But you can see the man is kind of looking around. Give me an insight check.
Just him?
Yes. You know what? No, you're with him. You can do an insight check as well.
My roll 20 is glitching. Can you roll it for me?
Yeah.
I've got two phones hooked up here, one with roll 20 and one with Discord.
Yeah, you rolled a nat 1. Gondar, the man that seems to be looking around in front of these two teenagers, and the teenagers do have their backs to you. He seems to be looking around, and he seems scared, and he notices you looking, and he kind of locks eyes with you. Almost has a pleading look on his face.
So I approach the scene and shout loudly, somehow intimidatingly, what's going on here.
Give me a perception check as they both turn and one of them kind of tries to hide his right hand. 20. You're pretty sure you saw like a glint of steel as he hid his hand. And the youth says, "Nothing. We're fine. Go about your business."
You are my business.
The man who they were talking to kind of slowly takes a couple steps back, away from the youths.
Drop what you're holding right now. And I grab my weapon.
I'm gonna walk up beside him and like stand tall and make myself look as big as I can.
Gondar, since Bjorn is helping you, you can give me an intimidation at advantage. As they kind of look down at your weapon and back up at you. The one kind of raises his hands up, like, "All right, mister, no problem, no problem." And he kind of slowly backs away and leaves. The other one, he sheaths his weapon. "All right, you deal with him then." And he also goes to leave. The man says, "Thank you. They were my neighbors back in Vogler, and let's just say we didn't get along too well."
What did they want?
They wanted what little I had left.
I hope they didn't take it.
No, I was about to hand it over, but you stepped in. Thank you.
Best try to avoid them in the future.
Oh, I've been trying, I promise you that.
Well, Bjorn, seems we at least did something.
Do I see anyone around that looks like they're on the verge of death?
You don't. Most of the people who died were in the village, or that were close to it. They weren't able to get to the boats. However, what you do notice as you look around is there's a couple sitting, shivering beside an unlit stack of firewood, staring off in the direction of Vogler, tears in their eyes.
I'm gonna walk up and say, "I'm sorry for your loss, guys. This is awful," and I'm going to use my tinderbox to light their fire.
Sure. Give me a survival. Do you need me to roll it? Hello?
Well, I help him.
Oh, he got it.
Sorry, every time I was trying to scroll, it was
Yeah, roll
creating
20
quick
on
shortcut.
yeah, roll 20 on mobile is absolute fucking trash. Yeah, you're able to get it lit, and quite quickly it becomes a nice not roaring blaze, but a nice crackling campfire. They kind of reach their hands out, shivering, and get as close as they can to it without getting burnt. And although the woman doesn't really acknowledge you, the man puts his arm around her and brings her head in to his shoulder and looks up at you And although he doesn't say anything, through the tears, he kind of gives you the best half smile he can and a nod of thanks. Then they both sit there and stare into the fire, tears rolling down their face.
I'm gonna just give a solemn nod, hand them a fish, like put it on the log beside them, and then walk back over to it's Padraig with me.
No, it's Gondar.
Walk back over to Gondar. What do you think? Should we just start walking towards the city and help out where we can along the way?
Yeah, I think that comforting is the only thing we can do right now for as many people as we can, and then move on to the city.
I'm gonna start trying to play a solemn but uplifting tune on my pan flute.
Sure.
And I try to back him up.
What are you playing?
Well, I'm also using my pan flute
All right.
and try to back up his effort as a secondary.
Do you want to do separate roles, or do you just want to give Bjorn advantage?
No, I'm giving him an advantage.
All right, Bjorn, performance advantage.
I'm just gonna click it twice
Yeah,
rather
that's
than
fine.
trying to get to the top.
Yeah, you start in, and then after a few seconds, Gondar pulls out his pan flute and he joins you. And it sounds pretty good. And although it doesn't seem to really necessarily, make anybody start dancing or nothing, as you walk through the encampment and blowing on these pan flutes, you do see a few people kind of look up at you as you're walking through playing these, and many of them do kind of acknowledge your existence and kind of give a nod of thanks. In fact, one man does eventually say something as you pass by. Nothing better than a song in a time of great despair. Although you hear him say this, he doesn't really look at you. At either of you.
I'm gonna just keep walking, playing my tune.
Okay. So, which one of you has the higher passive perception?
I'm at 13.
14.
Bjorn, as you look around, as you walk through this camp playing your pan flute, you notice that a couple people that seem to be missing. You haven't heard the bitching and moaning or seen any sight of either of the Picarises.
I'm gonna look at Gondar and be like, I don't think the Bakaris has made it out.
Do you think so? Perhaps they went another way. They had something else planned even before. I
Hopefully
think
they weren't in the house when I lit it on fire.
yeah, but perhaps they had another escape route. They're not people I could like, but they seem like survivors to me. Social survivors.
Somebody overhears you talking about Baccharis. Oi! You looking for Baccharis? Rich fat piece of shit.
Yeah, is he here?
Nah. Old bastard hauled him and his son all the way to Kalaman a couple hours ago. Intent on speaking with the leaders of Kalaman. Like they're actually important or something.
Sounds like them.
He was only important in a fishing village so small that anyone with a little bit of money could be important.
Ha ha! Too true. Too true.
How far to Colomar and which direction? Just down this road?
It is to the east, and I had said it's 5 miles.
I was
but
asking the
wrong.
guy.
Oh.
I'm asking the guy.
He says, well, I'm gonna say as a DM, I was wrong when I said 5 miles. Says, I reckon it's about 2 miles.
Thank you, sir. Does anyone need help journeying along the road? We're going that way.
Nobody really acknowledges it, and the old man says, honestly, I think everybody's just too tired. They need some rest. I'm sure we'll get there, by this evening at the latest.
Don't rest too long. I wouldn't think that this is a very safe place. We're still quite close.
Yeah. They got to get across the river, though, and all the boats that were left are burned. It'll take them some time.
Shall we continue?
So,
Yeah.
The two of you, are you going to stay in camp a little longer? Or are you guys gonna walk your ass to, Kalaman?
I say we head to Kaliman.
I agree.
So, the rest of you, we're gonna flash to the rest of the group. Traveling along the water doesn't take you long to get to Kalaman. A simple 2-mile journey downriver. You're definitely going quicker than walking speed, so maybe another 10 minutes or so you made it. Let me see. Switch you guys over.
I forgot to mention something.
What's that?
I cast Gift of Luck, my newly acquired spell, to both me and Bjorn, and then take a short rest along the way.
Yeah, you can take a short rest while you walk.
Okay.
Are you
I
even
cut-
damaged?
I cast Gift of Luck first, and then take the short rest.
He's a warlock. He only has 2 spell slots, and he gets them all back on a short rest.
Correct. Bjorn, you have advantage on 3 rolls for the next 24 hours.
Any roll?
Yep. Looks like it. While a spell lasts, target can gain advantage on any 3 rolls of its choice. Once
Yeah.
3 rolls have been
Yeah.
affected by the Gift of Luck, the spell ends. So, let's see. So although it's 2 miles to the city, you guys are gonna have to get into the bay. So it's gonna be about 3 miles for you guys. So about 15 minutes later, you guys are pulling into dock. Down here at one of these small docks, or small ship docks. You guys can drag yourselves in down down about where I'm pinging here.
How do we do that?
So you go into the journal and you click on your name and drag it. Click and drag. Make sure you click on the name though, not the picture.
What do we see as we come pulling in? Do we notice any of our ships or people?
Just about everybody had got off at the shore. However, give me a perception.
So my name under where my character is?
So you see in your journal, you've got characters, right? In your journal.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, Braun, you don't notice, but the other two, if you guys wish to, take a look around as you disembark the boat, you may. Yeah, the two of you both notice. Over at this other dock, or sorry, at the bigger dock, you see a ship. It's definitely larger than yours. It's not a massive one by any means, but it's got enough that it probably has one level, underneath the deck. And you guys have seen this one in the port in Vogler. In fact, it seems to be flying the Bakaris flag.
I'll point it out to Braun. It looks like our rich friend got here before us.
I spit on the ground. I say, we lost better people.
Truly.
I'd like to go check out the boat.
Yep.
Sure. So it's going to take you guys a couple minutes to get from the dock you're on to the dock over there. But you
We
may
secured
go
our
check
boat.
it out.
All good? Sorry.
You know what? Give me a survival. See if you can tie that boat up properly. Yeah, it seems like you're doing all right with that. Do you guys see it probably about this ship here? Or sorry, this one here.
I stay like 10 feet behind Pedreg.
Okay.
Do I see anybody near the boat?
You in fact do see a man. It was the same one that were you there when Bjorn was having the argument with the captain of the Bakar ships?
I thought he was by himself.
No, I know somebody else was with him. I just can't remember who it was.
Braun was with me, I think.
Braun?
Yeah, I think it was Braun.
Yeah, I was down in the docks. That's right.
Braun, you do recognize the man that is standing on the boat.
I say, I kind of pointed out to the group, and I say, that's the captain, I believe, of the ship. Organizes everything.
I'm going to ask him how many he was able to get out.
I think we got somewhere around like maybe 20. 5 of them were crewmen, Bakaris and his son, and the rest were random villagers.
Can I guess how many people that boat could hold?
Sure. Give me an investigation. Yeah. I mean, the boat probably could have held. Making it really cramped, it probably could have held like another 10.
And none of the other people are around that I can see.
Not that you can see.
I'm going to ask him, where are the refugees?
Well, a few of them are still below deck. Others left the ship as soon as they got here.
Can I do insight to see if he's lying about bringing them or where they are?
Yeah, sure.
I kind of approach with my hands crossed across my chest as well.
Fuck.
You're pretty sure he's being honest?
I'll ask if there's anything we can do to help the ones on the boat. Are they still on the boat because they're injured?
I think one of them's got a little bit of bloodiness to them, but the rest, I think they're just kind of realizing exactly how bad things are at the moment. More wallowing, if anything.
I'll look to my companions.
I walk up and see what I can do. I kind of offer my assistance and immediately, and just kind of at the same time give the what's this guy's name? Is he just a captain?
Yes. I don't suppose anybody took down his name.
Nah.
He was just a random NPC.
His name is Tobias, I think.
Sounds about right. It's one of my go-tos when I don't have a fucking name for somebody.
Because I wrote down Tobias Sailing Merchant.
No, that wouldn't be him. Like that was the sailing merchant you guys ran into. People call me Bart.
I kind of again give him another stare down and say, it does seem that the refugees disappeared pretty quickly. We did ask you to bring as many as you could. Did they mention where they were going at all? I would like to follow up with them to see just how many, or just how helpful you were. Bart.
I don't know. I'm not their keeper. They said they had family, so they left the ship. Fuck you want me to do about it?
I want you to do your part. You said you were going to help. I just wanted to make sure.
Do you pay my wages?
And I kind of grab my, I don't grab my mace, but I put my hand on my mace and I say, no. And I just stare at him.
As he looks down to your hand on his mace, he says, you just arrive in Calaman and the first thing you want to do is commit murder? By all means, send me to my god and see how quickly you can actually escape Calaman before the guard get to you.
I just scoff and kind of look around to see if there's anyone I can help out or talk to, any more refugees.
Yeah, as you scoff and turn around, he kind of goes, fucking dwarves, under his breath.
I keep going.
So as for people to help, like what do you mean you're looking for people to help?
So they mentioned that there's still a few refugees on the ship.
Oh, you want to board the ship?
Yeah, he said one of them was bloodied still.
Yeah, if you're gonna try to board the ship, he's gonna block your path. Well, what are you doing?
I'm making myself useful, trying to heal up some of these people that you're just leaving to rot on your ship. Will you let me by to heal them at least?
He looks you up and down. At first, it doesn't look like he's going to get out of your way. Then he goes, he steps to the side. Fine, he's getting blood all over the place anyways.
I had to say, sounds good then. And I just kind of laugh, like complete 360 of mood from where I was before. And I walk up to try to help or find someone to help.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
You can go below deck.
You can go.
And as you get
I'll
underneath,
follow.
was that Pedreg?
I'm gonna follow.
Oh, okay.
We're
And-
all following.
All right. As the other two of you board, this is no longer a passenger ship, you know? Jesus. And he just kind of like throws his hands in the air and just walks to the other side of the ship. Obviously annoyed, but not trying to stop anybody. You guys head below decks. And there are a few people down there. I can't remember how many he said, but there's that many. And there is one that is cradling an arm. And another is kind of trying their best to bandage it. It's not so much bleeding anymore, but this shit looks mangled. The others watch you guys come downstairs, and as soon as they hear the steps down, they kind of like turn almost in like a fearful and defensive manner. And then when they see it is who it is coming down the stairs, they seem to be at ease and go back to their sadness.
Is it dark?
No, there's lanterns in there.
I want to ask the one I'm closest to why they flinched.
Yes, we are here to help you.
What do you mean, why'd we flinch? Where the fuck did we just come from? Did you see what happened? We just lived through a war zone. Of course we're gonna flinch when we get surprised by somebody coming down the stairs. We don't know who we are. But, you know, we seen you now. Although, come to think of it, I don't remember seeing you, you know, on the wharf at the end. Where were yous all?
It has been quite the journey, and I kind of gesture over to the party and say, we were trying to delay the armies, giving everyone as best chances they could to escape. It was hell.
And the one is kind of like quietly sobbing in the corner. She looks up. She goes, I lost me whole family. And y'all's barely got a scratch. What kind of holding things back did you do?
We did fight within an inch of our lives, but
You're here, are you not, man?
yeah.
I'm here. But I did have 8 members in my family. I don't fucking see them here, do you? And
Nor do I
her,
see an army of 2,000 here.
she shakes her head. She picks up a bag, and as she walks by, her eyes filled with tears, looks at you, Bedveer, looks you up and down. Night of Solamnia? My fucking arse. And she leaves the ship.
These are tough times. Everyone's at their wits' ends. And I look around to see if there's someone who needs healing. Is that person still there?
Yeah, the
Yep.
bloody one.
Yep, he's at the I guess, yeah, it would be the back of the boat. And there's a woman there trying to tend his wound. And she of course is also sad, but it looks like she's trying to hold a pretty strong demeanor as she's checking his bandages that she's put on him and whatnot. And every time she kind of like moves, or he moves his arm, or moves at all in the slightest, you can definitely see the pain that the man is feeling as he kind of like jerks a bit and like, ugh! Fuck! You're gonna healing word?
No, sorry, I'm cure wounding. I meant to click cure wounds.
All right, sure. So, as you approach, you say anything before you just start touching this man, or you just walking over and slapping his arm?
I approach kind of slowly, and is he alone, or are they alone?
Sorry, what? I missed that last part. I was coughing.
They're alone.
I'm in the back of the ship. Yeah, there's a few more in the ship, but they're kind of like spread out a little bit, you know. But these two are the closest ones.
So yeah, I approach to the one that's bloodied up and looking really rough, and I do say as I approach, "Excuse me, I'm here to help if you're looking for aid. I'm able to help you with your wounds." And I kind of reach my hand out and approach.
Both of them kind of eye you for a moment. She did the best she could with bandages, so unless you got some sort of magic.
I approach and say, "There's many ways to heal a wound," and I smile and cast cure wounds.
Cast inflict wounds. Yeah, you reach out and you touch his arm, and a radiant glow shines from underneath your hand in the spot where you're touching him, and you can almost hear the bones resetting and the skin sewing up, and he kind of grits his teeth at first, and like, you know, a quarter second later it's but then as the radiant light fades, he kind of calms. Oh god, and he's breathing heavy. Then he starts to move his arm. It's like, oh, it's fixed. I for sure thought I was gonna lose this arm.
It's good as new for now, but do take care of it over the next couple days. Take care, please. Did you? And then I kind of say, I do have a couple more questions if you're willing. And I gesture the other party members over if they're looking.
Are you guys watching him?
Yep, and I walk over when he gestures.
The drag?
I'm looking to see who the next most wounded person is, since this one seems handled.
Yeah. In fact, kind of, give me a perception. Damn. Yeah, you can kind of take a look around. You can hear some whimpering, and it takes you a second to realize who it is. Underneath the stairs, although the stairs are kind of slotted, so you can see like through them. There's no back to the stairs. It's just the platforms for each step. You notice Juniper back there, weeping.
I'm going to approach her and take a closer look at her to see if she's injured.
She's kind of sitting so that she's got her knees kind of to her chest, and her hands are like over her knees, and her face is kind of buried in between her like knees and arms. As you get closer, she doesn't really respond to the movement at all.
I'll say her name.
Yeah?
Are you hurt?
She slowly raises her face out of her knees and arms. And you see a nasty claw mark from the top of her forehead. In fact, 3 of them. Straight down her cheek. And where there was once an eye is a hole. Just a little, she says with a little sarcasm and a bite.
Mechanically, how does lay on hands work when it's not a player who I can find out how many hit points they need or whatever?
She's a commoner, so honestly, I'm gonna say if you want to heal her, burn 5. Because you got what, 5 per level, right? So right now you got 20. Is that correct?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it works like, it heals them to full if that's my intent without wasting extra, or if I have to do like, if I can't find out how much they need, just do like 1 at a time until they're done.
I'll say for this, just dump 5 and that'll get her to where she needs to be.
Okay, I'm gonna reach my hand out to her and ask if I can heal her.
Heal my face or my broken heart.
I'm gonna give a heavy sigh and say, one of those is a lot easier for me to do right now. The other will come with time.
She kind of like turns her head so that you can get a more clear look at her face, but she doesn't say much.
I don't have to like touch the wound, right?
I think you do, because it is on a sec.
It's just touch anywhere, right? Like, no, I don't want to like touch it if it hurts. I was going to touch her shoulder.
Paladin, lay on hands. Let me hold on a sec. So it's an action. Touch creature. Draw power from the pool. Nah, it just says you gotta touch the creature.
Yeah, so I'll touch the shoulder on that side and dump 5 into it.
Sure. Her.
I'll mutter something about may Majir bless you in your future as I do it.
As you watch her claw marks heal up. It does not, of course, restore her missing eye, but the claw marks are gone. Well, it's nice that you were here in my time of need. But where were you when Garrett needed you? Where were all of you? And her stutter is steadily getting worse as she is obviously getting worked up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go about my business at this point. Gents, I'm gonna go try and find the head of this town. I don't have the ability to heal scars or broken hearts. What I can do is avenge these people and do what we should have done in the first place, which is slaughter our enemies wholesale.
Fucking wholesale, bud. All right, so as they're doing this, where are you heading?
I am going to look for anybody who looks like a guard and ask them about, number 1, who rules this place, and number 2, how I get to their current location.
Yeah, you're able to easily find somebody on the docks. There's a couple guards hanging out, And as you approach, you can hear them talking about. I hear we got a bunch of refugees from Vogler. Like, I don't know where we're gonna put them all. My understanding, the rumor is there's a couple hundred. They're just, a lot of them are just a couple miles away. But then you approach.
I'll confirm the rumors, gentlemen. The war has come to Vogler. The town has been destroyed. Numerous people were killed. Others have fled here and are going to be relying upon your hospitality to have any chance of continuing their lives. What remains unanswered, though, is the army, some 2,000 strong, that destroyed Vogler and could at this point be heading in this direction. I need to get to whoever it is who rules your city so that I might warn them and we might be prepared for this and suffer a fate better than that of Vogler.
As they look you up and down, they recognize your armor. Oh. Knight of Slamia, you might have a little pull. You're more likely to get in than any refugee. So you're gonna want to go to Castle Kalaman. The governor rules there. Governor Kalaf Miat. I'll put that in chat. He kind of like just points towards the center of town, and as his pointing draws your eye, they stab you. No. You can easily see here there is almost on like a plateau of sorts. There's a very large castle.
And I start walking that way.
All right. As you do that, Braun, I believe you had some questions still. The man says, "Yeah, I'll answer some questions. What do you want to know?"
Just curious on your voyage over here. How full was the ship?
I mean, we probably could have fit a few more. It would have been uncomfortable, but I mean, we couldn't have taken a whole lot more.
That's fair. I know they needed to make a quick departure. I was wondering if you saw the head Bakaris. Was he on the ship?
Yes, him and the younger.
Do you know where they are now?
Oh yeah, it's heavy, man. They fucked up hard tonight.
Do you see where they went, perhaps?
The entire way here, he was yimmering and yammering about going to see the governor Kalaf Miat. That he needed to have a conversation with him about what happened in Vogler.
Interesting. I don't trust those Bakaris as much as they did provide you passage here. We essentially had to twist their arm. I do recommend you kind of gather up your belongings and make far away from these people. I'm not sure what much lies in the town, but I don't know if we're better off here or there. And I kind of bid them farewell. I think that's it for the questions. I'm just looking for some information on Bakaris. And just before I leave, is there anything else down in this ship? I'm looking for notes or anything like that on a table. Just anything that I could just see in plain sight?
Give me one moment. Okay, why is this handout not opening?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep. Why, were you talking before?
No, I'm just back on the computer now.
Oh, okay. Um. There are some papers. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Any handwritten notes or anything? I'm really suspicious of Bakaris, especially with everything that happened in the town and the fact that we burnt down his shit. He probably doesn't realize that, but I'm looking for anything I could potentially use as leverage against him, or just something that is suspicious, like handwritten notes or anything that I would read to try to gain information about him or his ongoing activities.
Give me an investigation. You find a stack of papers, and as you leaf through them all, you do find one that catches your interest. It is basically a letter that he has written but not sent out yet.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely take that with me. I'm gonna steal that letter.
I mean, did you want to actually know what it says first, or?
Yeah, okay, I'll read it first.
So, it basically states, a letter to a woman, and it seems to be a reply to maybe another letter she has written at some point, or that she wrote to him at some point. Basically says, I will not tell you, or I will not tell him that you are his mother. I gave you your gold to go away. Now stay away. Bakaris.
Okay, so yeah, I see. He says that he will not tell him that you, as in the person he's sending this to, is their mother.
Yes.
And there's no names, it's just pronouns.
Yep.
Okay, I just take a look to see if there's any more information about who this person is, like a to address or anything. I don't think they have that shit, but yeah, I'm not actually gonna steal the letter. I'll just keep that in mind.
Okay. But that's about what you find. Padraig, you have a response to what she said.
Yes. I'm just going to tell her that we did everything we could. More people got out because of our efforts near the gate. And if she wants to direct her anger anywhere, it should be at the mayor who wasted precious time delaying the evacuation.
The mayor? You mean the one that burned alive right next to Darrett, trying to get people out?
We wanted people evacuated long before.
She just kind of gives you a disdainful look and just goes back to putting her head between her knees and on her arms and quietly crying.
I'll approach them at this time.
If I see you approach, I'll ask you if there's anyone else who needs healing.
I think that's it for now. This place is full of misery, though, and I kind of see what's happening in front of us. I look around and say, "Where's Padraig? Or sorry, where's Bedfere?"
Did he tell us why he left in character, or?
Yeah, I explained that I have no ability to heal, and I'm not good with words and things like psychology, so I was going to go find the person that could help us seek revenge against the people that did this.
Okay, great. Then I say to Pedrag that I healed up someone who was in rough shape in the back and had some questions about where Bakaris is. It does seem like they're heading off to the governor, Kalof Miat, and are looking to give them some information. I suggest we head there as well. You know them. I wouldn't want them to be the first ones giving information to the governor. They could spin it however they want.
I'll agree and say I think we should catch up with Bedvere.
Yeah, we need to get this place prepared. There's a shitstorm coming this way.
So I'm gonna say he's probably got a good 10-minute head start on you, for that. It's
But
Bedvere.
I'm walking slowly.
You
Go
you make it to about here. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let me change. Why is this not working? Okay, sometimes they just don't want. I'm trying to fucking bring the Castle Calaman name to the map layer instead of the GM layer, but for some reason it doesn't want to work. Let's see. As you approach, the age-old fortress of Castle Calaman rises atop rugged cliffs, visible from anywhere within the city walls and for miles beyond. Give me a history check. You're pretty sure you heard tell that the castle is usually where both the governor and the ruling council, where the governor lives and the ruling council holds its, god damn it, where the governor and the ruling council live and hold their meetings. It also serves as a headquarters for Calaman's military. And the rumor is that the barracks can usually house hundreds of troops.
Perfect.
As you get to the edge here, there are stationary guards, and unlike the ones you see around the town that are, kind of like just kind of walking and talking with their partner, these ones here at the entrance, there's a gate, and there are 3 on each side, just at the edge of. Actually, sorry, there's a line of them on either side, and they're kind of like basically facing each other with a sword on their hip, a shield on one arm, held directly in front of their stomach, and a polearm in their other hand. And as you approach, the entire line, one after another on either side, leans their polearms in to block your way. And one turns his head to you. Speak your business.
My name is Bedver Harrington, Knight of Solemnity of the Order of the Rose. I come from the town of Vogler, which has been reduced to ash by an advancing army numbering some 2,000. I come to this city and to your leaders in particular to make them aware of what I believe is an advancing army, so we might prepare and organize and suffer a better fate than Vogler. I wish to be heard if you will allow it.
He reaches on. He kind of moves his polearm over to his other hand and leans it kind of like in the crook of his arm. And he, you know what? Give me a persuasion first.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he reaches under his cloak and he gives you a sealed envelope with a a wax seal on it. And as he does, he grabs his polearm with the other hand, slams the butt of it on the ground, and snaps his back into position. And all the way down the line, all sides bring their polearm back to standing position. Take this to the front gate. Hand it to the man who talks to you.
Thank you for this, and thank you for your service, and I'll do just that.
All right.
And I will advance onto the front gate and see who approaches me.
Now, as for the other two, Braun and Padraig, are you guys stopping to ask where to go, or are you guys just going to assume that the biggest place is probably the most important?
I think we'll figure that out.
Yeah, I might ask a guard if we see one on the way, but I'd be heading in that direction at the very least.
Okay, for sure.
And I wanted to, as we're walking, as I look around, do the townspeople look normal? Like they're just going about their business. They're not afraid. There's no one worried or on edge. It's like nothing's wrong.
I will tell you in 1 second. You guys are passing by Wanderer's Rats. Is there a thing about that in the Gazetteer? No, of course there's not, because they literally have a named place right there, but there's nothing in the Gazetteer. Cool. I don't even know what is in this fucking area of town.
Specifically, I'm looking to see if they're worried about war. You know what I mean? Like, if they have any clue what's going down.
As you walk through, you can definitely see a few people kind of like whispering to each other. And give me a perception. Yeah, you see people whispering, but that's about all you're picking up.
Okay.
But as you guys get to there, I'm gonna say Gondar and Bjorn, you guys can, since you guys were walking and it's only 2 miles, while they dealt with what they've dealt with so far, I'd say you guys can probably make it to here, so you guys can drag yourselves out onto the area where it says to Vogler.
Okay.
Where?
Northwest of town.
Yeah, northwest.
Well, hello, characters.
You know what? Oh wow, you actually got it out. I just realized you. Oh yeah, you're back on the computer now.
Yes, sir.
As you guys get to this area here, let's see. On the outskirts, you see along the roadside, there's plenty of people with their tents and small stands up, and wagons filled with goods. And you know, it's kind of like walking through a mall like 10 years ago. You got a dozen people yelling, hey, check out this, I got great wares, yada yada yada, all kinds of things. But as you look toward the city gate, statues of titanic soldiers line Kalaman's mighty walls. These ancient stone knights stare into the distance, daring invaders to dash themselves against defenses that withstood even the cataclysm. A disorganized neighborhood of tents and ramshackle structures lines the road to the city's nearest gate, where soldiers in blue and yellow uniforms question all who enter. However,
You said there's shops?
Yeah, they're like just like some random stands. The kind of shit, you know, you walk through the mall and, you know, some dude's like, "Hey, check this out. This is really cool." You know, when people still put up with that shit.
Are they buying?
They might be willing to. However, it is midnight, and I know some people still have to work in the morning, so that is probably where we are going to end for the evening.